Welcome to the first episode of Life from the Fairway, your new favorite video podcast. I'm your host, Drew Does Golf. You're about to meet your co-host, Andy Swings, and this show right here is all golf, all the time. We leave all the other bullshit off the table. If you're seeing this and you don't already follow my personal channel or Andy Swings' personal channel, my personal channel is at Drew Does Golf on all platforms. His personal channel on all platforms is at Andy Swings. We are two small golf creators that are bringing you everything golf every week. The first few episodes are going to be trial and error, of course, as everything is when you start out with content. But stick with us. It's only going to get better over time. We're figuring it out a little more every week. And if you enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like, share the video, and subscribe.
The one thing about both of our channels, I think, is, I'm not really one to post my opinions politically, anything like that. You know what I mean? I stick to what it is. Like, it's about golf and people who love the game of golf. And, we're all trying to get better at it. We all love playing cool places with our buddies and, having a good time, having a couple drinks and just, kicking it. It's for me, it's more about golf. The channel's more about golf. I'm not really one to put my opinion. Like, I'll put my religion out there. I'm a firm believer in Jesus Christ, as well as he. You know what I mean? I will put, but I'm not one to speak politics or.
Well, that's not the point of the. We're definitely.
But this I just want that's first and foremost for this podcast. Like, it's about golf. It's about the fellowship within golf, the good times, the hard times, the triumphs, the course reviews, anything you can think of in the current events of golf or anything like that. That's kind of what we're going to be speaking on.
Golf is life, right?
Yep.
Golf is life. So it's difficult, just as life. Difficult. The beautiful part about the game that it teaches us is, there's a beauty in that within itself, and you learn to work through that, and it makes you a better person.
It does, and even on the golf course, especially, like, working through adversity, it makes you a better player. Like, you're not going to go out every single day.
We look like the biggest dumbasses on the course some days.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, not
everybody does.
Maybe not the worst golfers.
Like, there's guys, dude.
The biggest dumbass.
I've played with plenty of guys who are way better golfers than me, plus handicaps. You know what I mean? Who have won tournaments, done all these things. Been pros in different places and this and that. Played on different tours, and they'll all tell you the same thing. Like, this game will humble you very quick. It doesn't matter who you are. It will serve you a slice of humble pie. I've watched Tiger Woods shoot 84 in a major championship before, and in that day, I kind of really realized, holy crap, this game is super, because I idolized Tiger growing up, you'd think he was this invincible player when he stepped on the golf course. It was everybody just he had this tunnel vision about him. He was something really special about the guy. And ever since I seen that round where he shot that 84 at Augusta, and I realized how crazy this game is.
It takes no prisoners. I mean, everyone is susceptible to the wrath of this game. And you know it.
No question.
You know it from the first 5 minutes you start playing this game that you are out of your league.
Yep.
And if you'd have asked Tiger Woods in 2002 where he's going to be, he'd have thought, oh, it looked way sweeter than it does right now.
I mean, after what happened to him in 08, his whole career changed. It really, mentally, he'd come back and win the Masters in 2018 it was?
Scandal. I call it a grown man with $1 billion on his back. And a bunch of problems.
He had some what would you do with that much money and power, dude? But
a lot of damn mistakes.
Just like he did. And
sure.
I'm sure he still regrets it every day, dude, because that loss, believe it or not, Tiger would be up, probably at least a few more, maybe a couple more billion, dude, if he wouldn't have lost all those endorsements that he lost at that point in time.
How many men walk around this country thinking about what they would have, where they would be if it wasn't for a divorce?
Oh yeah,
dude,
that's not something that's very easy to go out and play professional golf at the level that he was playing it at. It's hard to do that.
If you play golf, you understand what it takes.
It's not easy to play good golf when you have things going on at home that aren't. If things aren't in order at home, it's actually really hard to do well on the golf course and focus well.
Yeah.
Let's kind of speak on the what our thoughts are on the Wesley Bryan suspension from the PGA Tour. As you guys all know, he played in a Live Duels event, and was suspended from the PGA Tour for, what was it, 2 or 3 years?
I think 2. But
Yeah. And he
actually, no. I think it was It was indefinitely.
Really?
After like 6 weeks after, I think it became indefinite. So Wesley Bryan, obviously, the PGA Tour, it's a professional relationship. If Wesley knew that he shouldn't have did something contractually, well, there's going to be consequences for that. The question is, are those consequences, substantial in this situation or not? An indefinite suspension by the PGA Tour, that sounds like it's right up their playbook.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Sadly enough. And he should have, he actually should have, would be disrespect to Wesley. He knew that was a possibility, by far. It's probably talked about all the time by those guys that they, can't do certain things.
Yeah, no.
So, it's part of the business. Now, did he intentionally break those rules in that day? There's probably some questionable aspects contractually there, and unfortunately the business is always going to win because they're going to leave the bylines open for negotiation in which fall in their favor. So Wesley got handed it to him by how do you say his last name?
Monahan. Jay Monahan.
Yeah, Monahan.
And they've switched ownership now and everything else as well. There's a new, Monahan's kind of out of the picture now. It says Wesley Bryan was indefinitely suspended from the PGA Tour around April 16th, 2025 for participating in the Duels Miami, a YouTube golf event featuring live golf players filmed at Trump National Doral. At first it was a year.
Yeah, it was a year, and then like a day later it was
and that's what I'm saying. So like, April 16 hasn't came yet, and Wesley did reach out to the new ownership, or his wife actually wrote a letter. He said, remember?
In the latest video I watched.
My wife wrote a letter.
I say, if you don't mind me saying, my opinion of Wesley comes from 7 years of their channel in my memory. So
and he's watched them a lot more than
dedicated footage. If you looked at my YouTube channel and looked at my history of their I've watched probably every video, and so respect to them. It's business, I get it, but on the flip side, go Bryan Bros, because they're killing it regardless of what the PGA Tour is doing. If you ask me, doing something for yourself is way better than doing something for them. Unfortunately, doing something for them is great for some people, and for some people, doing something for you is what's great. And he's making a choice, and that's what's more important.
Yeah. I mean, I really couldn't have said it too much better. I mean, I think he actually loves YouTube golf more than he does, playing on tour. I mean,
Brothers in Christ, right there.
That's
I'm going to support them forever for that.
I think so. I think Wesley, he's such a great golfer, and I know that he thinks that he needs to be out there competing at the highest level. But these guys that are out here at the highest level making this content, it's became such a lucrative thing. And not only is it lucrative, who wouldn't want to wake up every single day of the week and go play golf with their buddies, go to all the coolest places in the world, and share their experiences with everybody else, while also being paid to influence, and not only influence, just represent the game that we all enjoy playing. What we all enjoy doing. Like, we all dream of.
It's a job.
We all dream. Think about it. Like, we all dream of. Let's be real here. We all dream of going to Pebble Beach with, Wesley and Grant. We all dream of things like that. Like, every golfer that's ever got addicted to this game, you're like, oh man, you watch the U.S. Open, you're like, oh dude, it'd be so cool to play Oakmont. You know what I mean? Well, guess what? Those guys can go do it whenever. So it's a little different. Actually.
I would say it's more of a lifestyle difference than more of a golf difference, but
it's a lifestyle. I mean,
we all share that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even blame him for not wanting to go back out on tour. Like, the stress.
No, I wouldn't blame him at all.
The stress, not only the stress,
but
the cost of it.
Competitively, there's no match.
And let's be real. The guy made
I'm such a U.S. Open fan.
He made what? What was Wes's PGA Tour earnings? lifetime.
Probably $3 million.
No, it's more than that. His lifetime actually you were closer. Is Wesley Bryan's lifetime PGA Tour earnings have accumulated over 5.2 million earnings during his career, highlighted by his 2017 RBC Heritage victory. And he made $460,000 on the Corn Ferry as well. It says here, and also him and George do own a golf course. You know what I mean? And they have significant income off social media, like we were saying. But you know, like that's just, I don't know. That's kind of what we feel about. I feel like he knew going into it definitely that it could have been an issue.
He was in weird waters, that's for sure.
I mean, like me personally, if I was in that situation, I definitely would have played on. I would have said, you know what, like I'm trying to get those subs as well, just like Grant and all them. And Grant did influence him to play in it. Let's be real here. He's blamed him plenty of times on camera. We've all seen it on the videos.
Yeah, but Wesley's not looking at it. He wasn't looking at it from our YouTube.
But another angle at that, like we're gonna let Brooks Koepka come back, who went and played on the Live Tour for over a year, correct, and just didn't play well and kind of acted like a baby the whole time.
2 seasons, I think.
And now he's coming back. He's gonna pay the $5 million back.
Won't confirm or deny, but
he's gonna pay the $5 million back, and that's
he can afford it, which I think is also.
I mean, the guy's probably made what, $150 million in his career off endorsements, maybe 200 after endorsements and everything. The guys, and then you have the Live money. The guy's probably made half a bill, dude.
What is up with that fine?
It's
like
crazy.
didn't you decide to take the people out of the league? Like, why should they have to pay you to come back? Like, you should be inviting them back. Didn't you invite them to begin with?
I agree.
Like, you invited them to begin with. You paid them, I understand, but should you be fining them $5 million to join you back? Like, I don't know. I would have to study that concept a little bit, but from the outside, it definitely, I could see some opposition there.
And not even just that, like I don't know, man. It was like the way he defected and everything like that. Like, if you've ever watched, I don't know if you watched the Full Swing documentary.
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, but like the way he acted about the whole league. When I seen it, I was a fan of Brooks until I watched the Full Swing documentary.
I'm still a fan of Brooks, but he's definitely kind of...
I mean, he's like the kind of guy, if he goes out and shoots 74, like, he's like, I don't think I'm good enough anymore, Jenna. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, maybe.
You know guys like that.
Oh, yeah, of course. Now,
I mean,
with Brooks, like, obviously a hell of a talent.
He's great. I'm not saying he's a terrible golfer.
Of course not, but it's hard to judge him on his worst day,
Yeah, but like, dude, I mean, like, just that documentary just shed a bad light.
Some of the stuff he said, yeah, but I planned on them picking someone to bully, and it seemed like
it was him.
They situated it around that whole DeChambeau shit going on.
Yeah.
No, it was the DeChambeau shit going on at the time, because that was kind of late to the scene anyway.
It was.
And because we saw that live, like we were watching that, and we were like, man, that's getting a little intense between them two. And then
another rivalry I'm kind of like interested to see if it continues is Bryson and Rory. I think like that's like the whole thing of like Rory not speaking to Bryson not one time during the final round of that Sunday.
I don't give Rory much personal attention, so yeah.
I feel like for him to break through at Augusta this year was freaking humongous. I mean, like, and he almost gave it away a few times. Let's be real. I mean, like, that playoff and everything was a thrill. I mean, Justin Rose, you know what I mean?
Oh, I love Justin Rose.
So Jay Rose almost won that, and I mean, he's doing very well this year.
Wait, did he not?
He won last week.
He just won last week. That's what I was just.
And he didn't play very well particularly well at the Amex the week before, and then he comes through, and he's ranked number 3 in the world.
Well,
now.
I think at the Amex he was in the top 10 in the first round or two.
He was, and then he kind of dribbled off,
which is normal for Justin.
Yeah, I mean, like he's 42.
42, yeah. I would say.
I mean, maybe
give the guy some respect. Hell of a career.
Hell of a golf swing too.
Yeah.
Very simplistic move. Really like his move. What is life from the fairway about? That's a good question to say. Like, what is life from the fairway about? I'd say life from the fairway is about, like the good breaks and the bad breaks, because even if you're in the just like life, if you can, because they say golf is the closest game to life, obviously. Sometimes you can be in the fairway in golf and that little 50, 75 yard pitch or whatever you got isn't really such a guaranteed birdie like you think it is.
50 or 70 is nice.
You know, it's nice.
I like that. Most people get a little, they get a little
yippy.
Knees a little knocking right there.
Little yippy.
Knees are a little knocking.
But yeah, I mean, like it's similar. You know what I mean? Like to life. Like, you know, you can get good breaks, you can get bad breaks. You know, like, this is life from the fairway, because we're gonna cover current golf events as well as, you know, things that are going on individually with our channels, what's going on with the podcast, you know, plans for the channel this year, what, you know, kind of just introduce you guys slowly but surely, you know, a little bit into the look of, you know, our journeys as, you know, golf content creators, as well as being new to the podcast scene. And look forward to engaging with a lot of the, you know, same community that we've already built, and hope a lot of new people will join in as well. So me and him are both from the Charlotte metro area. We got some pretty good golf around us as far as public courses go, not gonna lie. And we're, you know, pretty fortunate down here in North Carolina to play year round most of the time. But lately we have.
I've got a lot I could say about North Carolina golf.
Yeah, we have some great golf.
Oh, it's amazing.
We have mountain, we have coastal, we have sandhill. We, you know, whatever you want. We got munis. We got whatever you want.
It's great to be a golfer in North Carolina.
It is.
And if you don't think so,
give us a reason why in the comments.
If you don't think so, I mean, yeah, I guess give me a reason, cause.
What would you change about North Carolina public golf? I think the hidden gems sometimes are. I mean, like, of course the elite courses are the elite courses. Like, you know, the tee boxes are like better than most of the greens we'll play at the, you know, price point we like to play. But those hidden gems, like you say, in those places where people say, "Oh, go play here." Like, okay, a good one. I don't know if you've done it, but Santee in North Carolina, down there, very hidden gem type of deal. And as far as my experience from the beach, I think like Myrtle Beach has a really big selection of golf, and
it looks difficult. Looking at your channel, dude, looks difficult, and I'm gonna get out there some this year. I have a good feeling that I'll be out there some this year.
Yeah, no, we're definitely we have, me and him are kind of cooking up a lot this year. You guys will come along for the journey. It's awesome. Speak on the Waste Management Phoenix Open today. So Chris Gotterup gets his second win of the season today. He also won the Sony Open, and you know, I like Chris Gotterup. I feel like the guy, like, after watching him in a couple tournaments this year, I feel like he's got like a lot of dog in him. You know what I mean? Because he didn't even lead the golf tournament until, you know what I mean?
It's a very fortunate win for him.
Yeah. I mean, because Hideki, you know, hats off to Hideki. We all know he's a great player, big fan of Hideki. You know, I think you're a fan of Hideki.
I do. I love Hideki's golf game.
You know, Gotterup wins at, what was the winning score again for?
Gotterup was 16 under.
But he
and they played. They had a playoff hole in which he birdied,
okay,
which is super respect.
It is.
Because we saw where he was. Mm-hmm. Now he wasn't on the short side for sure. Mm-hmm. Had plenty of room for.
But to hit it to 4 feet like that with the tournament on the line.
4 feet was clutch
against Hideki,
and he's 6 feet from the crowd.
And what was Hideki had already turned in his round, correct, at that point?
Yeah, he was in already because he came in 3-4 back of the lead. That's what I was meaning by, you know, the clutchness right there to leave it.
Oh, that was insane.
If he meant to carry it that far out of that rough, because it could have easily have been a 25-foot rollout, 30-foot rollout, and you see he got like 4 feet, 5 feet of rollout. So he either hit that perfectly or he got some good check out of, you know, what clubs he uses. You know,
I mean, we're talking a $9.6 million purse. I don't know how much. What was the winner's purse?
Probably 3 1/4.
Let's check it, because that's the signature event.
I'd say it's like 3 1/4. As far as Hideki's goes, it sucks to see such a good golfer, you know, really fail on the 18th like that with him having the lead, and really bogeying and then losing in a playoff. Simply, I mean, at that moment. In that moment, Hideki is definitely a better golfer.
I mean, honestly though, like he just finished second place, dude, and he made $1,046,000, or is that $1,046,000?
Yeah,
$1,046,400 to finish second place.
Yeah, they got a weird.
And Chris Gotterup,
in his defense, is fucked up looking on.
Gotterup won $1,728,000.
1.7. So after
And-
taxes, Goddard's going to get about 1.2.
So Scotty, what's crazy is even crazier at the third position. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way tie with Scotty Scheffler. They all split $439,000.
It's Nikolai.
I mean, what Nikolai Højgaard,
Yeah.
you know, but
Sorry, but I would hate for us to pronounce names.
yeah, no, but that's crazy though, is it not? Jake Knapp with an 8th place finish with 300,000. Smoothest swing in golf, by the way, guys. Honestly, definitely smoothest swing in golf.
Definitely smooth.
Matt Fitzpatrick with a solo 9th at 280,800. He started off really hot Thursday.
I like
did.
Matt. He suffers from a lot of the same problems I do.
No, we just can't perform
Overthinking.
down the clutch too.
No, overthinking.
Down the stretch.
Just overthinking. He's a
Victor
really
Victor
smart guy.
Hovland with a top 10 this week. That's a good thing to see. I like Victor. I think Victor's one of my favorite players for sure.
I like Victor.
You know, he had a 3-way tie for 10th. And another notable player, Maverick McNeely with a T13 this week. Daniel Berger with a T16. Ricky Fowler with a top 20 this week.
Can't speak good enough about Ricky.
I mean, you know, he's finished 18th with a 5-way tie for 18th.
I'm glad to see him back in the top of the board. I've been missing him.
Same. Ben Griffin with a T28 this week. Probably not the type of week he was hoping for, but he still got paid very handsomely at $62,500.
More than I made last year.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm good with that.
You know, Harris English with Let's talk about this. Harris English is more consistent than we give him credit for, because this guy is consistently in the top 25. It seems like every single week.
Yeah,
It
solid.
seems like Harris is not missing very many cuts.
That's for sure.
Some other notables. Let's see who is a little further.
I wouldn't-
Minwoo Lee, who hasn't really performed as we think he's capable of for quite some time.
Keep an eye out. Minwoo is right around the corner. Just keep an eye out.
Minwoo Lee with a T28.
I'm putting money on him.
Yeah, I agree. Tom Kim with a T35. Wyndham Clark at T35. Wyndham's been struggling ever since the Oakmont situation. Let's be real.
I'm just confused with Wyndham. I don't know.
What's your what's your thoughts on him demolishing the classic style locker room at Oakmont the way that he did after the missing cut and what he did? I mean, that was just, in my opinion, at a club with that much history and that much prestige around it, as Oakmont has, I think that's unacceptable.
Honestly,
Okay.
maybe you should have enlightened me on that.
At the
one
U.S. Open, Wyndham Clark had a temper tantrum in the locker room in Oakmont.
first. Now, I may remember this.
And
but
he destroyed one of the lockers.
I do.
It was like
yes.
hundreds of years old. You know what I mean?
Okay, I did.
And
Was there video
he's-
footage of this?
No, but there's pictures of the locker that were shared around.
He
And he's
destroyed it
banned.
with a golf club, right?
I'm not sure. I think he punched it and kicked it.
Punched it and kicked it.
Yes.
And it was destroyed that bad.
Yes.
The metal locker.
Yes, he's banned from Oakmont for life. He can never get back to Oakmont. And in my opinion, a lot of people were saying that he should be banned from the U.S. Open, considering it was a U.S. Open tournament.
Well, man to man, if I'm the owner of that club and that's my establishment, and you come in and beat the shit out of my equipment.
Yeah. Especially,
And-
now keep in mind your equipment's hundreds of years old.
Yeah, well, in
classic.
respect to the organization and into him as an individual, I would respect his bad day.
Yep.
If I was someone of fortune like him, where I could respect his bad day. You know what I mean? Like, some people are not as fortunate as others to have time to respect your bad day, but in this guy's occasion, he could have. And if it came down to where is the stuff replaceable? For one, is it replaceable? If it's replaceable, which that's questionable within itself, from what we've heard.
The history of it isn't replaceable.
Yeah, the history is not replaceable. And then the verdict on that, I would say the respectable conclusion of that be that he be banned from Oakmont for life.
Let's also talk about Colin Morikawa being 42nd this week. This is somebody that I really think at one point a few years ago was one of the best iron players in golf, period.
Few years
Irons
ago?
and wedges. Irons and wedges, dude. His irons and wedges, Colin Morikawa's irons and wedges a few years ago were absolutely insane. And he even said it in the video with Grant Horvat. He said, "I'm just trying to get the irons." He said they're still really good, obviously, but he was like, "I'm trying to get them back to where they were a few years ago."
I was trying to remember if
He won the
Masters,
2020 PGA Championship
PGA.
in his debut appearance, which is impressive.
Yeah, I thought it was his Masters appearance.
And
but
the
that's what I was trying to
2021 Open Championship He is the first player in history to win 2 different majors in his debut attempt, showcasing a rapid start to a professional career.
So let's go.
What do you think about him, like, as far as, like, where his game's been? Like, he's kind of been, like, not really, I wouldn't say struggling, because he's making cuts and everything like that, but how do you, you know, like, what do you think it's like for these guys out there when they know that, because basically on the PGA Tour, I think it goes like this. All these guys have the talent and have all the shots and have every bit of the gift to hit the shots and the knowledge and the golf IQ, but it comes down to who's making putts that week, every single week. Am I correct? It comes down to
it's always down to
it's
that.
come down to who's making putts every week.
And
as far as
no putter,
and
no,
Colin
no
Morikawa, when he was winning major championships, is not only when he was winning major championships, when he was winning tournaments throughout the season pretty consistently.
Yeah.
Because how many wins overall does Colin Morikawa have? He has 6 PGA Tour victories, including 2 of those are major championships, which is impressive.
Which speaks along the lines of Brooks Koepka, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, he shows, you know, they do well in the majors.
Which I have more respect for because I feel like I understand.
Yeah. I mean, like, as if I was a professional golfer, of course you're going to focus on the majors. You know what I mean? But,
life's hard to rein in 365 days a year. If you can do it
So-
for 3 days, 4 days, you're
Like,
pretty damn good.
if you were in Colin Morikawa's shoes and, like, you know, you were one of the best iron players in the world and you just can't produce the shots that you were hitting close very consistently like he was. Proximity from the hole was great. Now I think Scotty Scheffler leads proximity from the hole the past 2 years on tour, if I'm not mistaken.
Scotty has been up there quite high. It's
And
very
strokes
hard.
gained as
It's
well.
very highest on strokes gained by far. It's hard to argue his you know,
But, like,
the way he plays, his scoring average, his average, the amount of birdie attempts per round. It's highly arguable what he's doing. It just goes back to the loss of competition, like we talked about earlier.
It does. Like, and let's talk about what happened to Scotty at the beginning of the tournament this week. I mean, we've seen a flub chip, and we've seen the guy literally shake the golf.
I saw
club.
the clip. I didn't
And,
see like
you
the
know,
whole round. I saw
The
he
guy
was struggling.
He
in
had
the
a
first
rough
round.
day,
Yeah, he
and
was
I mean,
struggling.
and then he was on the range. I even seen footage on the range where he hit, a couple actual
near
shakes.
shanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean. But,
Well,
you know,
I
and
mean,
look
you
at
know-
him. He rallied back on Saturday and Sunday, and, you know, I think at one point today, he was 1 back of the lead.
He was
correct,
3
at one
back
point
like
today.
yesterday, I think, is what I
Yeah,
saw. at
but
the
he got to
end of the
1
day.
back today, I believe.
Yeah,
at some point.
if he's in contention, he's in contention.
Yeah.
And he's in that Tigers moment right now where as soon
he's
as he starts creeping, if he's in the top, if he's got within 5 or 6 strokes, you're thinking about him.
Yep.
And I hate, and you know, does he even deserve that? Is the question.
Yeah.
You think so?
I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. So people kind of argue with me on this, and you know they can if they want to, but I'm not
They're
saying.
going to.
I'm not saying. Listen,
Be prepared, dude.
I'm not
They're
saying.
going to.
I'm not saying that Scotty's gonna go win 16 majors, but I think we're seeing a generational talent here.
Wait, did you
and-
say 16?
I don't think he's gonna, because that's what Jack Nicklaus has. 15 or 16, correct?
I was going to say, what? Did you just say
But-
more than Jack Nicklaus? I was thinking
Okay,
like
so the guy has 4
14,
now. He has
15?
4 now.
Yeah,
Um,
4, but, and he's
He's going for the Grand Slam this year at
How
the
old
U.S.
is he,
Open in
28?
Shinnecock. He's 29.
29.
And so Scotty Scheffler,
I see.
I think he's going to win 10 majors.
I can see
You
him.
disagree with me or not, but I think he wins 10 majors.
Well, let's see.
I think the competition gets better, though.
Let's see how. I was gonna say. Let's see how many more years the golf cycle is like sent into this vortex that it's in right now.
Well, dude, these high school players and college players coming up right now
They're
hit
looking
it.
nasty.
They hit it a freaking
I
mile.
love Blades Brown.
I think Blades Brown is a generational talent. I think
I
we're going to
love
see him
Blades
win.
Brown.
I do think he's got the mentality, and I think he loves the game enough, and I think he loves trying to, show up every day and get as close to perfection as possible, because we all know this game is not perfectable. It's a
He
game that
reminds
never
me a
mastered.
lot of me when I was his age. If
Like,
I would have
he's-
had my head screwed
he's a
on just a
dog.
little tighter.
Yeah.
Just a little tighter.
The guy's a dog, man, and I mean, like, to see him go out and have that putt for 59 that day, man, I don't care what anybody says about the kid. That was a thrill to watch.
You know what I told my wife? I said, I've been watching all these break 60s
Yeah.
on YouTube with groups.
But that was
And
more
I
exciting.
said, this 18-year-old kid comes out here and shoots a 59 solo. Solo.
I mean, the guys swing. Number one, let's go ahead and just put
Who's
this out.
talking
The
about
golf swing is dying.
who right now? I mean,
The golf
we just
swing
saw a
is
solo 59.
Yeah, he's the kid.
18.
I don't know.
Who's not jumping all over this kid right now?
I think he's great. I think he's
jumping all over.
I like his personality too, especially after seeing him on some YouTube videos with some of these other creators here lately.
The
I really
kid's
like his
got the
attitude.
whole package.
Yeah, and he's got
kid's
that
the whole package.
When he steps up to the tee, you can kind of tell he's like,
The only
I know what I can do.
The only
you
thing
know?
he don't have is the yes man capability that some of these fuckers are looking for.
Can we say?
Unfortunately,
dude, it's not the tour. It's the tour. It's the tour.
Whatever.
Rory McIlroy calls it the tour, and
that's why
I don't think that's good for the tour. Speaking of being
authentic.
Here on Life from the Fairway, me and Andrew, we knew each other in high school growing up, and we reconnected later in life, started playing a lot of golf together, became some pretty good friends of each other. You know what I mean? And on top of that, we're very relatable, man. This podcast is meant to be relatable. We're not two guys who have big country club money and or anything like that. We didn't grow up on the greatest golf courses. Honestly, me and you
There's been some glimpses of money. But
but honestly, like me and you kind of grew up. We grew up playing dog trash. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, like we grew up, playing here.
My son's 8. He knows nothing like that.
Exactly. So it's like, we're two regular guys that really love the game of golf, and we just want to share, our thoughts, our experiences, and not only just that, like, we want to get other people involved as well. As this isn't just an us venture. We want to get other creators around here involved.
New creators.
Yes, we want to get. We want to get golf.
We're new at it as well. I mean, you're 2 years in, right?
About a year and a half.
Year and a half. Yeah.
So.
I created a couple of videos like a year before you did, and kind of gave that up to start my own personal business and my personal life. I just decided that was more important at the time, which has been until now. I kind of want to up the ante a little bit on that side, so we're going back at it. But at the same time, that's come from a little bit of being friends with you and realizing that
some stuff comes from it.
You've stepped up your game a little bit and threw yourself out there a little bit, and
it's tough to do.
Yeah, that's what it's
about.
I
think the first step for new creators is like what I would give advice, because I'm not saying like I'm a big creator or anything like that, but I'm at the point where I'm like, I think I'm close to like between everything, it's like right at 13,000 I'm following.
On what?
Between everything.
Between everything, I would say, you've gotten a respectable, probably more local following.
I have a really local following, and I'll be honest with you, the coolest thing still to this day, the courses and everything you get to play and all that's cool, don't get me wrong, and like, chasing the stream and all that's cool too, but I think the coolest thing for me is definitely when people come up to you locally in your hometown and you're like, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. Like, I've been watching the videos, dude. I love watching Drew Does Golf.
You like that little.
It's like, it's just kind of like, okay, like, you never know who's watching, dude. Like, I've had so many people that I did not know from Adam. And I've had people that I grew up with as well, like, reach out, like, hell, I'm glad to see you doing that, man,
Yeah.
But, like, to have somebody you don't even know is watching, like, and it just goes to show you, like, some days, like, you get low views on the videos and stuff like that. And you're going to learn. The more you start you posting, you're going to be, sometimes it's going to get in your head a little bit. And, I mean, that's some advice I could give to all new creators, basically, is just be yourself, man. Like, don't be scared to post. Like, post. Definitely just keep, like, I can't give you any advice on a personality to create. I can't give you any advice on, what your on-brand content should be as far as your golf content or anything like that. But I can tell you to be yourself and be authentic, and whatever you're chasing, stick to it. Not everything's gonna work the same all the time. So like, don't beat a dead horse too much. That's a good thing too. Like, if a certain style of video works for you early, it may not be working for you a few months from now.
When you try to authenticate yourself around views, of course you're gonna feel that something's not working.
Disappointed. That's good.
But the reality is, the view, viewership at the beginning is one thing. We're gonna see that obviously in our own podcast here.
Yeah.
Viewership at the beginning is one thing, but maintaining a plan or some type of long-term goal throughout the whole process, and learning from the process, and going back to this golf shit all the time. Like it just, that's what's more important here. So
It is.
and for anyone building their own channel, your first video, your second video, your third video, even if someone like me doesn't continue to put out my own content on my own, which this podcast with Drew was initiated from Drew to me, and I respect that because I wanted to, somewhere in the back of my mind, elevate my own personal life again and in other ways. So to be friends with him and have him talk about how he wanted to up the ante for himself is great, and I'm here to support that. So that's what's led me here to today. But for anyone else who wants to do this in any other cavity of their life, then you can't do 10 videos without one. You can't do 100 without one. So
You can't get anywhere unless you start.
that's it.
And I will say another thing too, like, especially not only in this content shit, man, but in golf, really. I will say this, like, can't, never could, and won't, never will. Take that how you want to, but that's some words to live by.
Those words have been around a lot longer than we've been alive.
You know what I mean? Like, can't, never could, and won't, never will. So, like, if you're not believing in yourself and you can't see the vision, you've already lost.
Hideki can take some of that advice today.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, look at Hideki's won the Phoenix Open twice. That could have been the third time.
Could have been.
Whatever, noise distraction, whatever you want to call it.
It was a loss of.
I mean, it was a lapse of focus.
Yeah, lapse
I
of
mean,
focus.
let's be real.
Big moment. Big moment.
And Chris got her up, stepped up in the right moment.
Well, actually, he just stuck to the plan. He was not winning at any point in this
So
tournament.
yeah, that's what's crazy.
He was not winning at all. He probably was coming into the back 3-4 holes thinking one birdie, maybe two, maybe I see. Or for one, he's getting paid either way.
Either way,
Me and
you're
you are
getting
thinking
money,
like,
yeah.
hey, bro,
Yeah.
tomorrow, dude.
We're going to Vegas, dude.
I don't give a shit. But
We're going to Vegas.
yeah, but for this guy, I don't know what he's thinking. But I mean, it's he definitely had a great opportunity ahead of him, no matter what. And he stuck to the plan, and the Lord rewarded him with a win.
I agree, and that's, speaking of the Lord rewarding him with a win. Like, some people might not want to hear this because not everybody's religious, and that's okay. I'm not saying that this isn't a place for you if you're not.
This is your show.
But this is the way I feel about, like, Scotty Scheffler. There's something to that guy's faith, and there's something to that guy's dedication to his family and his love for God. And same with Grant Horvat's YouTube channel as well.
It's respectable as long.
The faith that I'm starting. This is when, and I've noticed it across other small creators as well lately. God is making his way into golf content
Everywhere,
and
for
this
sure.
is great. I mean, like,
Everywhere, for sure.
let's be real.
Even
like,
in more into our own personal.
yeah, like, I mean, like, Scotty is, Scotty's a man of faith, and we've seen him be quoted as saying, like, as soon as my wife tells me that the game of golf ever gets in the way of our relationship, that'll be it. He's that dedicated to his family,
and a lot of respect to her, dude. For him,
it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for her to put up. I mean, for as
'Cause, I mean,
much as
it's a
she's
lot.
already put up with and not pulled
It's a
the
lot.
card already,
It's a
like
lot.
that's respectful.
I mean, but Scotty's made it, over $100 million in his career. We all know that. But
And that helps.
yeah, exactly.
Well,
And the
female's
thing-
not hanging around for
Exactly.
that.
But and the thing about it is too, like, I just think him staying so committed to his faith in the process, and his caddy being a man of God, Ted Scott. Shout out Ted Scott. I think he's an awesome caddy.
Solid.
I think he really was a big turning point in Scotty Scheffler's career. Was Ted Scott coming in and really regulating Scotty's temper. Because that was the problem. He almost didn't take Scotty's. A lot of people don't know this, but he almost didn't take Scotty's bag because of the temper.
I can easily relate.
When he was playing with Jordan Spieth in Texas and everything, he struggled with his temper also. And
With Justin?
with
In other
Jordan
words, they were
Spieth.
both. I
Yeah.
mean, with Jordan Spieth.
yeah.
I didn't mean
And,
Justin. Sorry. Because Justin as well struggles with this.
He does. Yeah, and
More than those
and
two.
shout out to JT for actually being back to full swing in the club now as well. I seen that on Instagram the other day. He's not only chipping and putting now he's back
Was it
full
wrist?
swinging. No, it was spinal.
It was spinal.
Yeah, spinal surgery.
I think I may have caught a little bit of that at the end of the last season. Was it?
Yeah, he
think I
announced
caught
it
it
at the
in.
end of the last season.
Yeah.
He underwent some surgery, and hopefully, well wishes to him on his recovery. Hope he comes back strong. You know what I mean? I think he has some of the best hands in golf.
Well, when you hang out with Tiger Woods,
yeah, you're gonna learn a thing or two around that guy.
I would hope he's taught you a thing or two. And
But
I mean, as a guy with some hands himself, I would, I would like to think that you would learn a thing or two hanging out with a guy that's as good as Tiger Woods.
Let's talk about a couple more things before we close it out here. So this year, I'm currently at a 6.1 handicap right now. Yeah, it's not the greatest, but Andrew, what are you currently at? Let's just tell people
Untracked,
what you're currently at.
probably. Trend. Okay, so I'm gonna go by my handicap at which I played the last 3 rounds. I'm gonna start my career over with YouTube. Okay, I've already decided.
Okay.
You can talk all the shit you want about before YouTube, whatever, but if you're gonna decide to go down this YouTube path,
you're gonna start over.
I might as well just quit talking about everything that happened and let's just.
This is a hot
I'm just
take.
gonna record it.
It's a hot take
and we'll
here.
just get on with the shit.
I love
Now, currently, where am I standing with that understanding right there? Not great.
Mm-hmm.
Not great. You know this playing with me. I'm not at the peak that I was at. I've fallen.
Neither of us are.
I fell pretty hard at the beginning of 2025. It came down. It stayed down low, and I had a month off in June, I think, and then in July, I came back and shot with 80.
Yeah.
79, 80.
79 out of the river.
Yeah. And I had a month off, and it was one of those times where I had just shot 86, 88, 88, 88, 86, 85. And for me, that's a little on the higher end for me that I want to see, and that gets a little frustrating. So to turn around and see 79, that was pretty nice. And then, just not much come together after that. So currently, I'm not gonna call my handicap less than a 10.
Okay, and what's your goal to get to by the end of the year?
7.
7. You'd like to get down to it. That's a solid goal. That's not asking yourself for too much. You're keeping it realistic. A 6.1 right now, I'd say. I mean, with what I've seen my game do last year in particular, you witnessed it as well. Done a complete, we're going to say probably 360
I'm
in golf.
really proud of you.
Yeah, in 360. We're going to say I've done a 360 in golf in 2025, and I really appreciate that, by the way.
Really proud of you, man.
But,
As a friend. Yeah.
I think...
I know you wanted it.
For my expectation, I did want it.
You wanted it bad, I could see it.
For my expectations...
That's what I see.
For my expectations, I would like... I'm not going to say I'm going to get all the way down to scratch this year, but I would like to see 2 or below. Some
80
people...
is,
some
80
people
is a great
hear,
score.
Yeah, some people will hear that and they're like, oh, he's bitching about shooting an 80.
No, 80 is a great score.
But I'm not. I'm thankful that I'm able to even do that. You know what I mean?
80 is a great
By
score.
no means am I saying that's talented, though. Don't get me wrong.
No, there's some talent there.
But the thing about it is, I seen some things last year in 2025 that, honestly really shocked me that I never thought I was capable of, man. I hit the ball longer than I ever have. I hit more shots just where I wanted them to go on command so much in 2025, especially summer, all the golf trips that some of you have watched my channel previously might have seen. You guys seen all that content. And,
I was in none of those.
I was.
I was in none of those.
I was absolutely dialed, man, and it's. I don't know. I've seen a lot of things last year, so my expectations may be a little higher than they need to be, but I know that there are some things that I can do on the golf course that a lot of people can't do.
If you were to ask me, is that achievable? I would say you're undershooting yourself. Would I say is that an average achievement? And here I am doing a bunch of movements and shit. No, it's not an average achievement.
It's not an average achievement. The average golfer is not going to be sitting here and be like, oh, okay, well, he's trying to, and I get that. But
no, but you can't. You are capable of it. I've seen by the turnaround you've made.
I mean, I'm not a guy that goes out. You know this. I'm not a guy that goes out and hits it 330, 340 like these guys are now. I'm not that guy.
Our body weight doesn't allow us. I don't lift weights or anything like that. I don't try to go far. And if you calculate pound for pound, we're not bad. No, we're not bad.
And that's another thing I'm actually looking at.
You put me in the featherweight division, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm whooping ass, son.
I like it.
I'm whooping ass.
I like it. That's another reason I think I can go a little lower is because this year I'm diving into the fitness side of things.
Oh, me and you both.
I'm diving into the diet side of things. I've quit.
Where are you at right now, weight-wise?
I think I'm about 175.
Dude, I get so disappointed every time I go to talk about my weight.
Where are you at?
154.
No, you need to put a little on.
Yeah, well,
Sure.
let's stand up.
Definitely need to put a little
Now,
on.
I'm wearing a 1-inch boot.
Yeah. We're
No,
the same height.
so, yeah, but I mean, you got me on the weight. Everybody's got me on the weight, dude. And
Just-
no, you can rub that, dude,
You
all
gotta,
you
just
want.
gotta eat those.
No, that's
You gotta
not
eat those
it. No,
potatoes.
that might be 5 pounds, but that's not it. That's not
I'm not
it.
even trying to lose weight or really like. I'd like to put on muscle, if anything. If I could say I wanted to do.
Well, that's what
anything.
we're headed for, right?
But yeah, and
I mean, I eat healthy enough where you're not going to get no.
I don't
fat out of
think
me.
like I just really want to clean up what I'm eating. Like not only just for golf, and because a lot of people don't understand this, you can't be better until your body's better. The mental side of golf is what matters, but
That's what it teaches.
there's a reason these guys aren't showing up to Zaxby's every day for lunch. You know what I mean? Like
Zaxby's ain't too bad.
it's not too
And
bad.
I'm allergic to chicken. I would even say maybe not too bad, but fried chicken, yeah, probably not
You
too
see
bad.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
But
what's one thing you'd say for your game this year that you really want to improve? Like one specific thing that you feel like is going to improve your game.
well, my golf swing's fine.
We're not saying your
Yeah.
golf swing's bad.
No,
but
I know. I
we
understand
all
that.
are always
But you
chasing
said
a different.
you said other than golf swing. Well,
What's
okay,
one
so-
thing you think you really need to improve
Yeah.
on to shoot lower scores this year?
oh well, I already know the answer, but yet, obviously, excuse me, you would want to blame it on the golf swing. Is kind of where I go with that. You want to blame it on the golf swing. Now the reality is,
It's here.
I don't have time for practice, but it's not like one of these things where you got to go beat 10,000 balls. There's a time for it. There's definitely a time in your golf career or golf passion to go beat 10,000 balls in a month. My issue is always when I show up to the golf course, what is my expectation for the day? And that's why I want to shift my focus away from the golf and more toward my channel, which my channel is who am I as a person and what am I playing golf for and how can I become better at it along the way.
I like that.
So what I want to see better out of my channel or out of my golf game in general out of next year is just to show up with the best attitude I can and be able to
I like that answer.
be the best person I can in front of the camera just because of the fact that I feel like I'm privileged to just be able to do just that. Even though I feel like I do it way less than anyone else, the fact that I get to do it is a blessing
It's
in
great.
itself, so I should be able to show up with the best
That's a good attitude.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good. That's keeping it relatable, and it's also like keeping it very realistic. You're not putting any pressure on yourself with that goal.
Like,
So like this year, I would say as far as me, my goals, what I need to improve in my game. Honestly, dude, I think for me is when I have it. This is the biggest thing I think. When I have it going, I gotta find a way to keep it going more often.
more birdies.
More birdies, and not only just more birdies, like let's cut down.
So you want to see for 2026, you want to see more birdies.
I want to see more birdies for 2026, and just like start getting those thoughts. You know what I mean? Like
Every time. Am I good enough for
the
this?
grip.
What's going on?
The grip starts getting
Yeah.
tighter.
Why am I
the
better
tempo
today?
goes away.
Yeah.
You know
Why
what
am
I
I
mean?
better today?
All of a
Is
sudden-
this gonna stay?
All of a sudden, your legs feel heavier than they did 2 holes ago. Anything. I mean, like it's just the. So I want to find a way to like when I'm in those situations and I've got it going, I'm throwing darts, I'm hitting good drives, I'm making a few putts here and there. I want to be able to just stay in the moment, keep it going. Don't be thinking about if I'm on hole 6 and I'm 2 under par. I don't need to be thinking about how I'm getting into the clubhouse under par. I need to be thinking about that shot right there on hole number 6. And a lot of us amateurs that are trying to get to a lower handicap, we have that burned into our mind. So we're always thinking like, okay, I have a chance here. Don't fuck it up. So like I said, I just want to be able to get it going more often and keep it going. So just better consistency, more birdies is a good way to say it, I guess. But I don't think like it's. I don't want to put.
So
any
what's
rocket
going to lead
science
you to more birdies?
What's going to lead me to more birdies?
So if you're getting to more birdies,
I
what's
do
gonna
need
lead
to.
to that?
I definitely
Because we know in the game of golf, it don't just show
don't
up.
just happen.
Yeah, you got to earn it.
It don't just happen.
You got to earn it.
In my opinion, I think like, and this is good that I bring this up too, because that was one of my goals for 2026. I've posted a couple videos on other platforms about this. One of my biggest goals this year was to become a better wedge player. Just make a few more putts here and there, man. There's a lot of times where, I can have a long one, and it's a double breaker, or it's really working against me, and it's just
Dude,
a
you're
tough
the
putt.
best putter I've ever heard.
And I can drain those crazy putts.
You're the best putter I've ever
But
heard.
you give me a fucking
But
thank you.
my Met list is
I
not as long as yours.
I
but
can't
you're the
agree
best
with that
putter I've
though,
ever met.
because like I don't know who all you've met, but
Well,
I just-
a bunch of
you know.
fucking nobodies, but
what is the thing? What is it? And this is good because I know what your answer is going to be. When we play golf and we have a match going, 1v1 Andy Swings versus Drew Does Golf, what is the one thing that pisses you off that I do?
you drain fucking 12 footers, like 20 footers, 12. Anyway, anything from 12 to 60 is in play from this guy. I mean, hey, if he's on the green with a putter in his hand, it might go in. It might.
Yeah, and but the thing about it is like, and it's
It
only,
could look like the most ridiculous shit on the planet. It might go in.
like when I get hot, I'll start running them in there.
It's always your mid-range, man. Your short range for some reason,
And I mean,
you will fucking. Sorry, but you will. Me and you both. Me
I
and
know,
you
well,
both. But
let me tell you something.
And it's always the same.
I'm a
It's
wet
with
noodle.
everybody.
You
It's
give
with
me a
everybody.
3-foot downhiller, I'm a wet noodle.
No, it's with everybody.
I mean-
Like your best days are tempted with like your worst fucking nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're gonna be having the best day of your life, and you're gonna get those 2-degree downhill
Every time.
fucking 4 to 12 inch breaker. Like you just don't know how far is this breaking.
A
You know,
fucking
1
Travis
cup,
Mountain
3
nightmare.
cups.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what you're getting on. You're having a fantastic day. You're just being tested.
They happen. Bad shots are gonna happen. Don't expect to play perfect. If you do, you need a quick golf. You definitely need a quick golf. If you can say play perfect. But
Definitely a time where, those 6-7 holes in the beginning at even par. Some days it just gets weird. Like you just can't hold up to whatever's happening. It just feels like you just can't rein it in. You don't know what's going on. It's weird. The game we play for sure.
it's
So you want more birdies, and I just want to show up to play
I like it.
and hope to see,
It's how you'll see improvement from just doing that. I got to a point where like it was getting to where golf wasn't as fun for me anymore if I wasn't continuously elevating.
Mhm.
And that's a bad place to be. Let me tell you.
Yeah. You don't want to confuse who
The
you
better,
are.
the better you get, you kind of like you have to learn how to separate and realize, okay, yes, I'm here now, but I came from here. I came from here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like, at any given moment, I can go back down to here. You can't expect to stay right here all the time.
Like, you were hoping for it, but and that's
Honestly-
the reality. You got to realize, at one point you were hoping to be where you're at right now.
Dude, when I first started playing this game, dude, and I shot in the hundreds for a couple years, bro. Like,
You were young when you did that.
yeah, but still, like, never thought I would be like, personal best round. I'll drop that. It's a 72, but never thought I'd shoot anything like even relatively
Well,
close to that. You know what I mean? Like that's.
you got-
But you realize every time, like, okay, like I realize this more and more each year too. I think like we make this game so much more difficult than it is.
Your golf score does not define you as a
No,
person.
it doesn't. But we make it so much more difficult worrying about shit like that. We're like, a lot of the guys I've watched that go low, man, they go out there and they have a good time.
Well, that's why we were talking about this in a prior occasion before. We play with guys that aren't typically a single-digit handicap, and maybe so the game's gotten so popular in the last few years that there's a lot of guys coming in that are mid-20s to mid-30s, maybe even mid-40s, maybe even mid-50s. They're just now getting into the game, and they've got a whole lifelong full of ego and
Everything to navigate through.
Exactly, and then you get to something as difficult as this game, and you're not prepared for what it's about to teach you. I mean,
It can be
we've
bad.
seen a couple people really wreck their
I've
self
seen-
out on the
I-
golf course. I mean,
I have-
it's been bad.
I've seen some tragedies. We're from the Charlotte metro area, as we mentioned earlier. What would be, if you had to recommend 5 public courses for someone in our area? Don't matter the skill level or whatever. We're not keeping that in mind. Just 5 courses where you think they can go and enjoy the layout, enjoy, the value and everything else, and have a good time. And we are judging these based on conditions, pace of play, and value from our past experiences. So we'll go with mine first, and I'm going to say at number 1, and these are in no particular order really, what Verdict Ridge kind of is. I'm going to just say that. I mean, like, number 1 is Verdict Ridge in Denver, North Carolina. It's a really good course. It's very challenging. Conditions are always good. The staff's always super nice. As far as value goes, you're getting one of those higher end, Charlotte prices. But
when it's one of the few places that are like, correct me if I'm wrong, they do go like off the public booking list for parts of the year.
No, they do for every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay, so on the weekends only, you as a public,
Yeah.
you cannot get out there, which
Nope.
will limit you, which is why it's probably number 1 on his list as far as it is
It's
number
a great
1.
course.
It is number
You
1.
can speak upon it. It's a great course. You've played it.
It's the number 1 on my list.
Yeah.
As far as you want value in within an hour of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Exactly.
For
Exactly.
the average golf course price within the United States,
It's good.
That's your.
I think it's coming in this time of year, wintertime. I think it's coming in around $65 or $70. Summertime prime time rates maybe 85, 90.
Shout out Verdict Ridge.
Yep, shout out Verdict Ridge. Number 2, I'm going to go with a sleeper pick that some people may not have played. More of a mountain course, Cleghorn. What is it?
I
Rutherford.
love it. It's not on my list, but I love it.
Rutherfordton. Up there.
Rutherfordton.
I think that's where it's at. Yeah.
I'm 4
great
5
course.
I don't know if Rutherfordton would stick to my teeth or not.
Great golf course. It's very challenging. If you think your game's in a good spot right now, like, that's a place to go test that out.
That's what everyone says. Even when I started the game of golf, they said if you want to, when you get to where you want to test, try to go out to Cleghorn and see what you can do.
And another thing I'll say about Cleghorn is, like, the layout is tremendous and the conditions are always good. And it's not a super high value either. Even in prime season, I believe it is under $100 all the time.
Yeah, you can typically find it all parts of the year under $100 because it's in the western part of North Carolina. It's as far west as
The
we're going to
median income, is different.
Out of all 10 courses it looks like we have on our list here, that's the farthest west we're going to send you in Charlotte. And with conditions, it's up there with all the others. So if you don't mind an extra 30-minute drive from some of these other courses, give it a look.
Yep. Number 3 coming in as a sleeper pick as well. You don't hear a whole lot of people mention this course around here. But River Oaks in Statesville, really good golf course.
It's a good mix-up.
I think it's very fair and yet challenging at the same time. Like, if you hit the shots, you can kind of get rewarded a little bit. Unlike Verdict Ridge, which is a golf course where you can hit the shots and not be rewarded whatsoever in some spots. It's very tough. And River Oaks is also fairly priced. It's under the $100 mark as well. It's pretty, and they just recently renovated as well, and
Really?
new greens and everything like that. So
Maybe a plus for River Oaks.
yeah, it's really nice track. 4, we're gonna go with Eagle Chase in Marshville, North Carolina.
I like how you've got the more eastern picks, which I was hoping you would do.
Yeah.
Which I was hoping you would do because I'm more on the western side.
It's like Eagle Chase is another course that, like, if you think your game is in a good spot, go there. They actually hold a lot of tournaments there for that reason, because it's a pretty daunting golf course in quite a few spots. It gets a little skinny on some holes. The greens are pretty undulated and very fast. Price is probably one of the best on my list. Eagle Chase is. I actually got out there 3 weeks ago, I believe, for $41 before 12 o'clock at that. In good shape for January in golf as well.
January golf in North Carolina can
It's
be
tough.
dicey.
It can be dicey. So $41 for that was awesome. it's a little bit off the beaten path in Marshall, North Carolina. When you're driving to this course, you're like, holy crap, I'm in the middle of nowhere. That was kind of the vibe I got.
You'll get that in many places in North Carolina.
Yeah. It's a good track. It's pretty scenic in the summertime and prime season. It's pretty scenic too. They got like their own little logo.
We're right up my vibe.
Yeah, it's
you
great.
get me in the trees, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You get me in the middle of God's nature, baby. That's where I'm at.
So if you haven't played Eagle Chase, I recommend that one for sure. Coming in at number 5, which used to be a full private club, but is now opened up to the public a little bit. So Cleveland Country Club comes in at number 5, and this is something that you can book on your Golf Now app, and it's like a member for a day experience over at Cleveland Country Club is basically what they're selling.
Yep.
Good course though. The greens are always, and you're gonna hear quite a few reasons because some people may disagree with the layout because the layout is not bland.
It's not beginner friendly.
No, it's not beginner friendly at all.
It's not hard,
but
it's not beginner friendly.
So Cleveland Country Club, the greens are really fast. They're always very well kept. The back nine is very daunting if you're not on your game.
It's very well kept because of the grass type. It's pretty easy to maintain. They do,
and that's all great. But my favorite thing about the course, honestly, is the pace of play. It is absolutely awesome out there. It doesn't matter if you go on a Monday. It doesn't matter if you go on a Saturday, a Sunday. You will play golf in less than 4 hours out there.
It's good for
95% of the time.
It's good for golfers. Not so great for business.
No.
But great for golfers. The price you can pay on Golf Now, I think we've gotten in there for $38 to $42 a piece.
Yep. I think that's like the lowest I paid.
I can't complain about that.
And when they first started it, I think they were at like $70 or $80, so they've like came down a long ways.
I don't know.
We got Andy Swing's 5 here.
My 5 is a little bit more. My picking strategy is a little bit. I would say, knowing my friend here, I'm more on the value side. Out of the 3 conditions he picked, value, pace of play, and conditions. Pace of play to me is one of those things where you should understand what your expectation is for the day. Mm-hmm. If you're going to wake up on a Saturday and think you're going to get a 3-hour round of golf in 2026, forget about it. Forget about it. If you live in a really rural area and maybe the place is overpriced, whatever, maybe you can get away with it. But in our area, you need to be prepared for a 4 to a 5-hour round of golf.
I like what you're saying, but
public golf courses. No, I'm not saying you spend $30,000.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
you negotiate your own problems. As far as my 5 courses goes, now value, pace of play, conditions. We'll start with number 5. Number 5 for me is Verdict Ridge. I said it was number 1 earlier, but what I meant by that was it's number 1 as far as overall. If you can afford it, it's a little bit more. It's not $45 on a weekday. It's like you're not getting in there less than $70 to $80, right? Yeah, no matter what, if it's a Monday. So if you can afford it, you're wanting to pay for some extra conditions, and of course, great pace of play because of the fact that during the week especially, it's they probably got a quarter of their tee times filled up. It's all membership based out there, so they're not too focused on overloading the tee times. Spring Lake in York. I was gonna say I'm not exactly sure what city that's in, but York. Some of those lines get tight down there. York, South Carolina, which is questionable for this list, but it goes to show that it gets really hard for value in the depth of Charlotte because they all fight each other for price and value and amenities, and they get so overrun in that area that us from the outside, we grew up outside that inner city Charlotte money and stuff. We grew up outside that, so. Yep. It's easy for us to overlook a few of those. We could easily go toward, we're everyday people. If we made, $500,000 a year, we could easily skip many of these and go to some other elite courses that some people would think are more, even affordable at that range. But we're skipping that. Spring Lake, great value, amazing, always great conditions.
Can play it
we
for
say, yeah.
can play it for under $40 sometimes.
Sometimes randomly, sometimes yeah, under $40, and that's absolutely amazing
for golf. Now,
saying that they're. It is a Golf Now membership.
Hey, and the course. Hey, the course actually has some length out there too.
Oh, yeah, play it from
not short.
Play it from the tips. Obviously, amazing golf course from what we've noticed. The greens, everything, always in good condition.
Yeah.
I've never had a bad day out at Spring Lake. I'm more on the respect value as an outside member coming in. Like, I don't want to feel judged or feel, you know what I mean? So there are some places in the game of golf where you will walk in and feel as an outsider immediately. And that's okay because they identify you walking in the door. They know you're not from there. They've seen the same customers every day, every week for the last decade. You know, it is what it is. So Spring Lake can be one of those places where they'll recognize you. As soon as you walk in the door, they'll know you're not part of the group. You know, just enjoy a good round of golf. Just know they're good people for the most part. On to the next. So third, going in reverse order, 5, 4, 3 is Crowder's Mountain. And Gastonia, North Carolina. I say that because it's within a short enough range to be in Gastonia. Short enough range from Charlotte, North Carolina. So the complete opposite of every golf course in Charlotte that's fighting for revenue. If you go 45 miles at most west to the west end of Gastonia, North Carolina, you'll get Crowder's Mountain Golf Club, where some days I will say we laugh a lot about that place. But I will say, it's all Bermuda. For an average golfer, there's no absolute wrongdoing by going to that golf course. You may feel that you're not getting a 5-star golf course, but listen, you don't deserve a 5-star golf course
for that price.
For that price, but it's all Bermuda. They just installed new Bermuda greens last year. Tiff Eagle is what they're calling it. It's Bermuda. It's gonna roll great. It's gonna be great. It's easy to maintain. The only issue is the rough there is going to be a good 6 inches on a good summer day. So it's a great $35 to $45 spend. Next you go to Lincoln. I love how I'm doing this myself, you fucker. Get over here. My first one, Lincoln Golf Club out of Lincoln, North Carolina. They are public. I think they were once private.
It's semi.
It's semi, but I think they were once private.
Could have been.
I think.
Could have been.
Now public. Average price on a weekend is $50, $55.
55, yeah.
In season, we're talking here. In season, weekday price 42 to 46, somewhere in there. All Bermuda course, Bermuda greens, Bermuda fairways. That's what you're going to find in this area mostly. It's dependable. It works. It's there. Great course.
We can play year round in it.
You didn't mention Lincoln. What do you think?
My thoughts on Lincoln is.
I think better about it than you do, but.
Well, I mean, like, I just had a bad experience out there recently, and the conditions weren't awesome. But I've been out there plenty of other times that make up for it. You know what I mean? But I think my honest opinion of that golf course is I like the layout. The staff's.
It's semi-challenging, right?
Semi-challenging,
yeah.
Yeah,
It's semi. It comes at you on the right day. Apparently, it's like I can't score here.
The back nine is scoreable.
Back nine is scoreable.
Yeah. Front nine, if you're gonna make your birdies,
it's hard to come early. It's gonna come in that hole 4 to 9 range.
Yeah, 1 through 3 is for me and for a lot of other people. It's kind of like you'll see a lot of the carnage on 1 through 3.
It's testing. Your third shot on hole 1 is. If you want to talk about your second shot, you can get it over.
Tough opening hole.
You can get it over, but to get it in a place that's reasonable.
Well, my real opinion of it, though, I'd say is like as far as like value goes, pretty good for the value for sure. As far as conditions go,
its values is top ranked. Out of our rankings, that's its best.
That's a good
spot. Is value. Next would be conditions.
Conditions aren't terrible. They're good most of the time. I will say the greens always roll well.
Bermuda, right?
Not very, but yeah, Bermuda.
It just grows like a sumbitch in the sun.
But not very like bumpy or anything like that.
Yeah. So, they roll it. They do all the things that you should be.
I mean, and they have a cheap membership option as well. I mean,
All of these, every course
at...
I've mentioned is extremely valued. Well, okay, next. All right, let's get to my number one, man. I can't keep going on number one. Riverbend Golf Club, Shelby, North Carolina, 1 mile from my home.
Owned by the YMCA.
Owned by the YMCA, and I don't have a whole lot of opinions on the YMCA as of to this date, but what I will say is Phil down at Riverbend, if you guys have seen him, he's been featured in USGA magazine. I'm pretty sure he's been featured in at the Masters last year.
The drive, chip, and putt.
He was at the drive, chip, and putt. The 2 girls that he brought there, I think, or I don't know if
they were invited,
excuse me, I don't know if
he coaches 2 girls.
He coaches them, but they were invited. Phil, stand-up individual, amazing guy. Teaches these girls that got invited there. I cannot pronounce their names currently.
Forgive us.
I will try to link, all that local stuff. You're going to hear about it from me. Anyways, Riverbend Golf Club, for me, their membership option is through the YMCA. It's $1,800 a year for a family membership currently as we speak. That's unlimited golf without without cart fees. I can't speak enough for the staff there that works all year round to try to provide the best, golfing opportunity for people at the $50 to $60 range on a Saturday currently.
Yep.
It used to be $40 to $50 range. It was an unspeakable value for the amount of time I lived there. Current market conditions, the YMCA corporations, it's going to go up, but it's still to this day with the amount of hard work value they put in there. The layout is not over complex. It's beginner friendly. I can't recommend it enough for anybody that views us.
How about those greens out there?
It's always impeccable. I mean, you're gonna. I
think anybody who's watching this who's played it will definitely agree. Like, those are some of the best public course greens you'll run across.
They're Bermuda greens. So in the summer, you're gonna get grain breaks. You're gonna get plenty of unfortunate putts. It's sponsored. It is part of the Cleveland County amateur tournament
that we both
plan to be in. Financially speaking, on my part, I don't know, but anyway, so we'll get there. The Cleveland County Amateur is, respect to them. 3 pretty difficult golf courses in that list, and Riverbend is respected enough to get its way in there out of many. So that's my top 5, and you've got your 5. It's a great 10.
Yep.
Check out all 10, and appreciate you, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. This is gonna be it's gonna be it for the first episode of Life from the Fairway. Be sure to tune in next time, and be sure you hit that subscribe button.
If you stuck around until the end, we really appreciate you. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Like I said in the intro, it's only going to get better from here. Trial and error to start out leads to better things.